Well, hey folks, it's John with Ozarks Backroads with you. We're out in the woods today. I don't know if you can hear through this mic, but the cicadas are out this year, and there must be billions of them. They are so loud I can barely talk over them out here. But we're going to do the best we can. We're out on our mighty CFMOTO, our IBEX 800T today. So we're out for the weekend. We are down in close to Eminence, Missouri, kind of in the eastern part of the southern Missouri Ozarks. We're out for a ride today. We've got some things I want to go look at, and I'm going to stay in a motel tonight. We'll probably go out tomorrow and see some more stuff. But right now I'm going to check on a couple of springs and see how they're moving. I haven't seen them this year, so it's time to get out and have a look at them. I'm really not on the right bike for this kind of an adventure. The old CFMOTO there is a pretty heavy machine, but we're going to have to be careful, watch where we put our feet. We should be okay if we use some common sense. I invite you to stick around. We'll jump on the big CFMOTO, take her for a ride here in South Eastern Missouri. We're all geared up now and ready to hit the road. We just got into the government woods. We're on the mighty CFMOTO today. Got it all cleaned up right now, but I doubt if it's going to last very long. We'll jump on the CFMOTO here and see if we can get across this section of government woods. We just haven't had very good weather here in the Ozarks this spring. We've had a lot of rain, and it's just been hard to get out. Every time I want to get out, it's raining, or supposed to rain for 2 days or something. Let's see if I got the traction control. Oh, that's right, I don't have traction control. I don't have to worry about it. It's always off. What are we in? We're in sport mode. Perfect. I'm feeling kind of sporty. So I'm rocking a new camera today on my helmet. I'm hoping this is recording properly and everything is set up right. But it should look a little better than what I've been putting up. My A camera that I've been using is now my B camera up here on the... Hello. I got it in ultra wide. We should be getting a really big wide view off of that camera there. Now, the suspension really soaks this stuff up pretty nice. It's kind of impressive. It's a lot like the Tiger. My Triumph Tiger has really good, it's WP suspension on it. Back when Triumph was using WP, it's really good too. But for a cheap motorcycle like this one, the suspension is amazingly good. I'm surprised to find KYB suspension on an adventure bike of this size, you know, for $10,500, $11,000 here in the US. I don't know how they do it. Man, this thing's like a freeway. Look how wide this road is. Thing is huge. Looks like we're taking a left here. I really don't remember where this road's at, but we're on the most beautiful highway in southern Missouri right now. Highway 19 goes through Salem, Missouri, Eminence, Winona, and on south. We're south of Winona here. This is probably the most scenic highway that we've got. It runs along the Current River and the 11 Point River. Just a beautiful highway. All of it, doesn't matter where you're at on this highway. It's beautiful. All right. Boy, it feels like we're down on the bottom now. Kind of got that bottom woolly look to it. It's up. Every direction I look is up, so that's a pretty good sign you're on a bottom usually. Yeah, we're definitely down on the creek here. This is just silt and sand that's washed in here, creek gravel. Yeah, there's a car down here. I was afraid there'd be some people here today. Just a couple, nothing major. Old log cabin here at the spring, and yeah, this is from 1851. Thomas Brown settled this bottom right here, and yeah, so that's a pretty old cabin, 1851. They've got new tin on it, and they fixed it up. They put a new floor in it so you can actually go inside of it. You can see how they cut the dovetail in the ends of these logs to get them to lock together and shed water like they wanted them to. Nothing too straight about it. Of course, it's been here a long time. I'm not going to say the man didn't build a straight cabin. It's still got a lot of the original rafters. They just changed a few, and some of the original decking boards looks like are original as well. And then the log cabin sits just not very far from the spring at all. They've got a mill sitting in front of the spring these days. That was built back in the 1920s or 30s, that mill. So this mill was built, the second mill here was built in the 1920s, 27 to 29 it said. Here is the works. This big wheel's hooked to the steel turbine outside, the mill wheel. Then it drives this gizmo here, and then they probably pull power off of this flat pulley here. They probably had a belt on there that ran a piece of equipment. Imagine outside. The belt probably ran outside, and the equipment was out there. There's not room in here to have a sawmill. This is the spring that shoots out of this big bluff. This bluff goes up, the mountain goes way on up. But down here on the bottom, we've got this spring shooting out. There used to be a chute that ran the water here, over here onto the top of this wheel. You can see a little bit of it there, some few boards hanging out. Part of the old chute that ran this water from this spring onto the top of that mill wheel right there. That's pretty cool. Here's a bit of a shot of the old overshoot wheel there on the side of the mill. Kind of neat. We're going to jump back on the big CFMOTO and head to another spring. This is a big, quite a bit bigger spring, but it also comes out of a bluff. So we've got to get back up this big hill. My way that I was going to go, a lot shorter, across the government woods here, this section. Well, the road's underwater. The creek's got over the road, which happens this time of year. That's pretty normal, actually. So I've got to go back up the big hill we came down and get back on the highway. I got pretty warm, got warmed up there. I had to keep my jacket on, my riding jacket, the no-see-ums, the midge flies, the biting gnats got on me, and I'm really allergic to those things. I swell up, and so I had to leave my jacket on to keep them off of me. I got to looking for my insect repellent. It works good on them midge flies. Spray yourself down, they won't get on you. Well, I guess I left it at home. It's not in my bag, either of my bags. Got people down here at the creek. Good day for it too. Got a lot of water in it today. They've kind of dammed it up and made a swimming hole right here. I think we're starting off the hill here, it looks to me like. She's getting washed out and steep. Yeah, it just dives off. We're kind of on the side of a mountain here with the creek bluff on our left and a river straight ahead. Here you can see where the water's jumped the road right here. Not washed out bad though, no big ditch. Must not have went over the road very long there. I don't see anybody here. I think we'll pull in here in the shade. Take a walk to get to this spring. So I'm gonna have to walk in this jacket. I wished I'd have brought my bug spray. We made it. This is the waterfall coming out of the spring here. The spring's right back up in under the bottom of this bluff that we're standing below. And there's the little cave that it comes out of right there. Pretty noisy right here. There goes the creek down off the bluff. Really sweet. Well, here's the site of the old mill that used to be here. It was a thooster. This mill wheel right here is 25 feet in diameter. It's a overshoot, a turbine style overshoot wheel. There was a bevel gear that set in that ring gear that was hooked to a generator. And it's later, the last that the mill was operating, it was electric. Well, this was an old mill. It started back in the 1830s or 40s. It was a lumber mill, sawing lumber here on the river. They used to float the logs in down the river and right to the mill here. The river's just right around the corner here. The old bevel gear that used to run on that ring gear is still laying down there underneath it in the creek. You can see it there with the shaft on it. So that was hooked to a generator. That was probably in the 30s or 40s when they were using that on a generator. And I don't know how late the mill operated. Spring's really moving today. It's really pretty. We're going to jump on the big ibex. We got to get up this hill and back to a highway. We're going to head to a different highway and try to make our way to Eminence, Missouri. I've got a motel room there for the night. We're going to go out and ride some more tomorrow and see some other stuff. Well, that air feels good. Whew. Man, I'm hot. Climbing around on that side of that bluff and under that spring, wearing this jacket just about did me in. That is too much. Oh yeah, this is in good shape. relatively speaking. I've seen this hill pretty bad. It's not bad at all today. It's still just as steep. It just keeps getting steeper the farther up you go. Little steeper, little more up until you get right to the last little push at the top, and then it heels over and it's fine. Don't want to go down there. Them trees will stop you. And if you miss the trees, there's some big rocks that'll catch you. You'll be all right. Oh, my favorite kind of roads have grass growing in the middle of them. You get on a road with grass growing in the middle of it like this one is right here, you're on the right road. That's how you know. Man, this is nice. Gosh. I'll tell you folks, I don't have to die to go to heaven. I'm already here. I really hope heaven is just more of this. That is my desire. We're going to head for Eminence up the highway here and see about getting some bug spray and maybe something to eat. What time is it? Man, it's 4 o'clock. I haven't eaten today. No wonder I don't feel good. We've made it into Eminence, Missouri now. Took a little while. We were farther out in the woods than I realized. It's quite a hike to get here. But I've got a room here in town. This is a tourist town. The Jack's Fork River goes right through town. That's a big popular destination for kayakers, and a lot of people on that river in the summertime. This little town here kind of relies on that tourism. So this is where I'll be eating dinner. It's already busy. Look at all them people. What do they think they're doing? I'm gonna go ahead and go check in, get my room all sorted, and then I'll clean up a little bit and come eat. And I gotta go to the Dollar General. Shady Lane Motel. All right, let's go get checked in. Well, hey folks, we're back for day 2. I got a shower and something to eat. Got fed well last night. Got a pretty good night's sleep. I'm all loaded up. We're back out in the government woods just outside of Eminence, maybe a couple of miles, on a road that runs along the Jack's Fork River over here. We're going to take a ride down the river, so stick around. We're going to jump on the mighty CFMOTO and get out in the government woods. So we're on a road that runs along the Jack's Fork River. We're heading east along the river, downstream. We're heading downstream. There's a look at the Jack's Fork coming down through there. Got a big old bluff here that we're going to ride under. They were wanting a road. They had to, I think they blew some of this, blasted some of the bottom of this bluff off to put this little road in right here. This has got some ledge rock hanging out of it. Yeah, how's that for a view? Just gorgeous. Oh, we got a camper right here. Huh. Floating the river down through here's pretty big business for Eminence, Missouri. This is where the river gets up over the road, and it's been up over the road this year already. You can tell by how bad it's, the rocks all come to the top and the gravel gets washed away. They've dumped some gravel on it, some creek gravel, but it doesn't stay long when the river gets on it. It all goes away. Got a lot of water. This looks like a spring here. The way that water's running down the road, a lot of water. Yeah, there's watercress right there. The ibex is blowing hot air on me. Bless its heart. It don't like going real slow like this all the time. It does cool okay, but it heats the rider up. But you know what I always say about the grass in the middle of the road? That's how you know you're on the right road. We are definitely on the right road. All right. We'll get the good camera out and see if we can go through all that tick-infested weeds right there and find the river. Well, we got good news. The river is still here. Hadn't gone anywhere. Right where I left it. Probably last year maybe, or the year before. This is the current river here. The Jacks Fork flows into this river about a half a mile downstream. So we're on the current river now. Current river, actually you can see where the Jacks Fork, way down there at the bend is where the Jacks Fork runs into this river. So yeah, we're at two rivers, I guess. Okay, well, we got a look at the river, and we flew the drone up and saw where the 11 point runs into the current river right here at a place called Two Rivers. We're going to jump back on the mighty CFMOTO and head up through the government woods here, go across some trails I've not been on before, see what we can find. I like the quick shifter. That's pretty nice when you're standing up. That's about the only time I don't ever use it when I'm just riding, sitting down. But it is handy when you're standing up. I have no idea where this, I know it comes out on the highway, but I don't know how far or if there's anything to be seen other than timber. We do got timber, lots of woods. Oh, this is much better. That was really hot. Really hot. Too hot to be beating the brush today, I can tell you that. All right, well, folks, we finally made it out of the government woods. It took a while to get across there. One or both of my cameras shut down, overheated. I'm not sure if I got video all the way through or not. So I've made it back to the highway. I'm going to head back into Eminence, grab a late lunch, and then I'm going to have to hot-foot it back to the world headquarters and get under an air conditioner because I've had about all this hot that I can take for one day. I invite you all to come back and see me. We'll go somewhere and do something else. Till I catch up with you again, you all take care of yourselves. We'll catch you next time.